Early next week, all eyes will be turned to the business activity data published in the world's leading economies. This information will shape traders' decisions about their trading strategies. On Sunday, experts at the National Bureau of Statistics of China will disclose their manufacturing and non-manufacturing PMI data. Both indicators are expected to drop. However, they will still remain at rather high levels amid the worsening epidemiological situation in the world. On Monday, analysts at both Markit and Taishin will disclose their reports on China's business activity in the manufacturing sector. In the previous months, the figures reflected optimism concerning the economic recovery and growth of macroeconomic indicators. However, according to the forecast, China's business activity will show a slower rise. That's why traders may close their positions on the Australian dollar. Notably, Australia is a supplier of raw materials to the Chinese industry. At the same time, the Institute for Supply Management will publish its report on the US manufacturing PMI. This data will attract traders more than other information. Recently, the indicator has been at rather high levels. The US companies and suppliers continue working in pandemic-adapted factories. However, absence from work, short-term pauses for disinfection, as well as difficulties in hiring workers are causing significant problems, thus halting the production growth. Nevertheless, analysts foresee the 60-point level. This is likely to support the US dollar against all major currencies. Tuesday's trading session will begin with the announcement of the interest rate decision by the Reserve Bank of Australia. It's obvious that the regulator will keep the key rate unchanged after a cut of 0.10% in November. If the monetary authorities do not alter the policy revealed in December, the Australian dollar may gain in value. During the December meeting, the central bank said about its intention to support employment, consumer income, and business. It also planned to monitor the size of the asset purchasing program, especially amid changes in the outlook for jobs and inflation. At the same time, the situation in Europe is not that optimistic. On Tuesday, the Eurozone will disclose its preliminary GDP data for the fourth quarter of 2020. On a quarterly basis, the indicator is expected to drop by 2%. Year over year, the indicator may slump to 6.3%. This will surely have a negative influence on the euro. The fact is that amid deflation and recession, the ECB has to take radical measures to support the economy. Thus, it may either cut the key interest rate or launch a massive money printing process. On Wednesday, the world's leading economies will continue revealing the business activity data for the services sector as well as composite PMI figures. Economists foresee that the indicator will weaken the euro's position and boost the greenback. You were watching Forex Trader Calendar on InstaForex TV channel with me, Kate Tikhina. We wish you profitable deals.